All right, you're going down the rabbit hole of building a home gym. So, what is the minimum equipment that you need to get started? To make sure you don't have limitations on equipment selection of the exercises you're going to do. So, if you're a new client of mine, this is going to be a video is going to be part of your onboarding if you decide to set up a home gym to follow a training program. If you're not, I hope you find this video helpful of what I think is minimum, because there's a lot of information out there, getting specialty bars, getting very expensive equipment that gets minimal use. So every piece of equipment I've got around me, I'm going to show you, and why is it beneficial to have as part of your home gym. And I'll go into the must-haves and also the nice-to-haves. And as you can see here in my own home gym, I have much more than nice-to-have. Training, being in the gym is part of who I am, as a person, an athlete. I don't expect every mountain biker, everybody to be like this. So sometimes you just want something that doesn't take up much space, that you can quickly and effectively get a great workout on, build strength and endurance and athleticism for the trail. So first, simply the foundation of a home gym is adjustable dumbbells. My preference and also most best value is these spin collar adjustable dumbbells. Simply, they spin, they're safe, so it's not like the clamp on. If weights happen to fall off, they're not gonna fall off this, because it will come loose and it will not unspin. You can fit a lot of weight on these, at least 80 pounds each dumbbell. So you can get these at a good price at multiple places, multiple fitness shops as well as online, and all you need is the plates to place on them, and it's something that you can grow with as you get stronger. You don't need to buy 10-pound plates or more to be able to put a lot of weight on it. You just need a few 10s, 4 5s, 4 2.5s, and then you can adjust the weight as you can go. And if you're willing to spend some more, you can get there's a lot of great, more expensive options that have quick change options available. Next up, bands. So there's several different types. My biggest go-to is the big loop bands. You can buy these quite inexpensively at any fitness shop online. The big loops, I find these are one of the most versatile pieces of equipment in my home gym, as well as in a commercial gym that I train out of and I work out of. There's also these bands with handles in, which I use somewhat as well. Having the handle does add a few variations that are beneficial, but ultimately pick a set, either or both, and you're well set up. Next up is basically, I'm going to talk about a chin-up bar here. So you can get, if you have a rack, obviously there's chin-up bars that are more permanent, and you'll see here, these doorway attachments are amazing. They are affordable. By pressure, you don't have to mount anything, drill any holes. You may leave a little bit of marks on your door frame. I've put some foam padding just so they don't make a mark on. They can hold a lot of weight because they're hooked on. You can attach your bands for overhead work as well as a suspension trainer, which is what is next. So we'll move over here. So a suspension trainer, also known as a TRX, is one of the main brands that they're great for doing suspended rows, push-ups, and a variety of other exercises. You can go, again, multiple different price points about how burly they are. For a standard home gym, you can go get some $30 to $40 versions, and they are extremely versatile, and I frequently build them into programs to help mountain bikers build strength and stability with them. Yeah, moving on, shoes. So I have a whole video on shoes that I'll link to in the description, but getting a good pair of training shoes. So without driving down the rabbit hole, something with a firm, solid sole that is moderately flexible, that absorbs some shock and has some grip. Whether this is a lifting shoe that's really great all arounder, great for lifting and great for doing plyometrics, and even if there's any running or any impact in. I also like the minimalist design, whether that's a Nike Free, which I'm wearing, or a New Balance Minimus. If you're in the barefoot camp, those are great options. I always suggest shoes. I know there's some belief out there, train barefoot because it strengthens your feet. I find the grip and a little bit of shock absorption, even in a minimalist shoe, outweighs is very beneficial, and it outweighs any negatives that could occur with barefoot training, whether it's dropping a weight in your foot, stepping on something. Ultimately, just having the grip and something on your feet, I think, is a good safety precaution. Next, a foam roller. Well, I don't do a ton of soft tissue work, but it is nice to be able to utilize as part of your stretching routine, roll routine, recovery routine. It might get used a few times a month. It really depends. Some people like to roll more often than not. Some people roll only sparingly when they feel their muscles are getting tight. But having a good one that won't break down, this is a travel roller. There's also several other models on there that are built around basically a PVC pipe. I find these break down less instead of the foam ones. Yeah. So next, for your endurance training, a trainer. I've got it right here. You don't need a smart trainer. This is a simple wheel-on fluid trainer. I've had it for years and years, never have a problem with it. It keeps on going. I do have a smart trainer, and I use this most often because it's set up and go. Throw a heart rate monitor on so I can follow structured workouts. I can get the data from my heart rate. It syncs with my Garmin, Strava, and Training Tilt, and Intervals, which are training coaching apps that I utilize. Yeah, so you don't need a fancy smart trainer. That's in the nice to haves, along with a power meter that you can install on your bike that you train with. That's what I frequently do here. So I do have power data with my training, and I don't need a complicated smart trainer which has syncing problems or connection issues to structured workouts and the apps. But to each their own. Some people greatly prefer having a smart trainer to be able to control their workouts, and that's a totally okay option as well. Yeah, and to finish up, my opinion is the must-haves is music. Set the ambiance of your workout, whatever workout you like. At home gym, that's the benefit. You choose the music, and depending on where you live, you might be able to choose the volume and go as loud as you want if you're in your own home. If it's not like a small portable speaker like this, get good earbuds that have some bass that you're gonna love listening to your favorite music on. Yeah, so that's kind of bare minimum. You can get this. Not a huge price commitment. You may even be able to keep this well under $1,000 if you shop around, find good deals, wait for sales, whether it's Black Friday sales or Black Friday sales, Boxing Day sales, or certain times a year that different companies have sales on. Get the best value you can for your money with each of these, and splurge where you feel necessary. So move it on, nice to haves. So I have a few things that are nice to haves, and it does not include a power rack. I love a power rack. This is a much more than a nice to have. So the nice to haves, one is a barbell. There's many different types of barbells on the market. So this is a shorter barbell that saves space. You don't need to get a full-size barbell depending on your space available. You can get different ones with different weights depending on your strength level. You don't necessarily need one that's full thickness. You get ones that are 30 pounds, 35 pounds versus the traditional 7 foot long, 45 pound barbells. Another one that's nice to have is trap bar. I'll pull this one out for you. This is a big one because I find it's very versatile doing deadlifts or squatting motion deadlifts because it places the weight in the middle of your body versus out front of you like a traditional barbell. You can lift with more upright spine, put less stress on your spine because back pain is common in mountain biking because we spend so much time inclined forward. So yeah, this is a great addition. If it's a nice to have, there's huge price range, and you can get pretty good ones for around $200 to $300, as well as they can go up to even more expensive. All right, let's put this back. What's next? Another one, and along with the barbells, weight plates. So I have mine nicely stored. You don't necessarily need bumper plates. You can just get plain iron weights. Find the best deal. Choose what's going to work for your space and your storage setup. So you may need a storage solution. I did wall storage. There's also freestanding racks for storing weight plates. Yeah, so next up is a plyo box. So plyo boxes, great step ups. What there is, box jumps, get one that's appropriate size. You can get 3-in-1s like this one. This is not a very big one. It's a 12-inch, 14-inch, and 16-inch one. The reason I did small is because my ceiling's kind of low. If I jump up to anything higher, I hit my head. And the reason it's a nice to have, if you're in your home gym, you probably have steps. You can use a staircase for box jumps. So that's why it's a nice to have, but I do enjoy having this for certain step ups. I've even used for rear foot elevated, split squats, and a number of other things. So it's definitely been beneficial for me to have in my gym. Yeah. Moving, next one is a wrist roller. This is because I think grip strength and endurance is so important in mountain biking. While dumbbells you can do a lot of dumbbell carries, and whether you're doing dumbbell deadlift, dumbbell carries, variety of things, a wrist roller really targets the wrist. So simply, this is actually a client built for me out of some scrap tubing he had at work and knurled it and drilled a hole. I provided the cord and the carabiner. I simply just loop it through some weights, and I have a forearm blaster that helps me reduce arm pump by experience while I'm riding. And you can make these yourself almost for free, or if you have any leftover PVC pipe, whether it's an inch thick in diameter or 2 inches, you can make this quite simply yourself for very, very low cost, almost free. Yeah. Then final thing, I think I have it in the room next to here because it's kind of big, is a Swiss ball. So while I'm not big on the balancing and stability training, a Swiss ball does have its use, whether it's, not that I use it for benching and stuff like that. It is useful for a few exercises to train hamstrings, your abdominals, your core. So it's the only thing, it takes up a decent amount of space, but that's why I have it in the nice to have. And I do use it regularly, but it is something you can work around with for exercises. So there's my bare minimum, my needed, the nice to haves, and then everything else depends on what do you prefer. As you can see, I think you can see on the side of the rear, I have kettlebells, I have a sandbag, I have specialty bars, curl bar, safety squat bar, I have a full rack, I have attachments for the rack for multiple things. But as I said, this is part of me. I splurged. I did find good value in everything I bought. I waited to the Black Friday sale to save some money, but I got a setup that other than not having a long space of turf, to do sled walks and sled pushes, I honestly don't have any limitations, and I love being in here. I love spending time in here, working in here, filming videos like this to help you and other mountain bikers make good decisions and have a home gym that you enjoy using, that you're actually going to use and get the benefits from your training program. So if there's anything else you find that you think are must-haves, or anything you would suggest anybody that's watching this video have, please post it in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and maybe I'll add what you think to the must-needs down the road.